Hey everyone, just wanted to give you a walkthrough of the new Jackson Kayak BigRig HDFD. I had done a walkthrough on this kayak before, but now that I've taken it out a couple times and I've got it outfitted the way that I like it, I wanted to give you all an update to show you just exactly how I have it rigged up. So we'll start from the front and we'll work our way back. The first thing that I did is here in the front hatch, I drilled a hole through the hatch bin where I could run some wires for my fish finder, and that's where I'm holding a Naco battery to power that fish finder. So it's super easy to disconnect the battery from the fish finder to charge it, and simple to reattach when I'm ready to take it out. So up here I got a little ram mount for an extra GoPro as well. And then we'll work our way back a little bit. I'll show you how I have the fish finder mounted up. If you haven't seen the video, Matt Ball had a really good video on how to set up the fish finder in this way, but I pretty much just took his advice and used that Yak Attack base, and basically you just take a screw and it screws into the threads into your kayak, which are typically used for those rod clips. So whatever side you don't carry your sorry, not rod, your paddle, whatever side you don't have your paddle on, that would be the side that you would want to do this to. But it's super easy. Then you can just adjust your fish finder wherever you like it. And then I run the wires through the kayak using the Hobie through hole wiring kit to clean it up a little bit. And then I'm running this cable to some PVC cap, and then I have a PVC pipe that's run down to my transducer, and that's what I have my transducer mounted to underneath the kayak. Underneath the seat I drilled in just this little plastic storage bin, just to add like or just to have a convenient place to store maybe plastics, baits that I'm not using, scents, scissors, pliers, that sort of thing. Moving back to the rod clips, one thing that I did was I drilled a little hole through the rod clips and just added this little peg and installed some bungee in there, so you can just strap in your rods when they're not in use, or yeah, so they don't go flying out if you ever tip your kayak, or if you are taking your kayak somewhere. It's a good spot to store them. Let me show you the landing gear next. I did the similar concept. I had to tie on extra bungee to do this, but this was used to strap in your fly rods, and since I'm not going to be using fly rods, I thought it would be just a little handy way to strap in my landing gear wheels when I'm transporting the kayak. So, and speaking of the landing gear, this might look like it's track mounted, but it's not really track mounted. I did start out by track mounting it, and when I pulled it from the lake the first time, this gear track broke off of the kayak, so it was too much weight for the gear track to bear, so I wouldn't recommend gear track or track mounting your landing gear. What I ended up doing was I drilled holes through my gear track here, and I have those landing gear backing plates down inside of the kayak. So backing plates up to the landing gear, that's one way to get it mounted to your kayak. And as you can see, there's probably about an inch or so of clearance until you hit the seat. So, and one thing to be aware of is wherever you end up mounting your landing gear, it takes up space for these rod clips, so you have to really do some thinking as to where you want everything lined up before you start drilling holes into your kayak. One thing that I don't like about the setup is I have my steering handles pretty much right next to the reels here, so when I'm steering, sometimes my hand brushes up against the reels, and there's just not a lot of room there. But it's not a big deal. It's just kind of a minor inconvenience. But then another thing that I did was I have this retractable dog clip. That's what I'm using for a leash to leash my catch board. So it's just retracts whenever I want to pull it out. And then if I'm transporting the kayak and I'm not using it, you can lock it in place too. And I just have that attached loosely to my crate back here for now. Might be looking into more permanent mounting options if I find that this is something I really like. They make pretty cheap leashes, Catch does, and other companies too that you can purchase as well. But if you just have something like this lying around, it's a good solution for leashing your catch boards. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Gear track mounted a Visi Carbon Pro, so I got my light and my flag right there. I'm running the tall J crate here, and that's just where I'm carrying tackle boxes and all that good stuff. And we'll move to the other side of the kayak for now. This is where I'm mounting the cup holder that comes with the kayak from Jackson. And here I have another Yak Attack base, and right now I have another camera pull that I just have into a rod holder for now. Still kind of experimenting with camera angles, and then I'll probably try to clean that up a little bit when I figure out exactly where I want to put it. But I think that's pretty much it. I didn't really do anything to the back. There's your steering, and I have my rudder in there right now. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on the rigging or anything else, let me know. Thanks.